Hello, magical adventurers. Welcome to Fantasy Reimagined. Here fantasy stories come to life. Subscribe and hit the bell icon to join our enchanting journeys and never miss a new adventure. See you in the realms of wonder. Competition among the same school members in Group D is quite comical. One of them is the monster Kira, who has the power close to the middle stage of Grandmaster, and has the magical rubber ring move, which crushes all the way. Even if he encounters a martial arts master in the early stage of Grandmaster, he will use his rubber ring to directly trap him and throw him out of the arena. The other one is a barbarian who stood on the ring and the host couldn't stand it. The other contestants said they would give up directly. Who would be willing to fight with a guy who has never taken a bath since birth, has flies flying all over his body, and can make an elephant flee with his phlegm? So the two Kiba fought their way through all the levels until the promotion match. After the two Kiba faced each other, this time the monster Kira did not give up but directly sealed the barbarian's mouth with a rubber ring, and then tied him up tightly with two rubber rings, and fell directly to the ground. In addition to the strange smell, the barbarian's strength was at most at the level of a high-level warrior. How could he break free from the shackles like Sun Wukong in his previous life? You know, even Sun Wukong in his previous life only had the power of the late Zong period after his tail grew out, and broke free from the shackles in one fell swoop. So the barbarian lost the qualification to advance directly in frustration, and Kira directly advanced to the top 4. The competition in Group C ended without any surprises, and it was Krillin and Leping who faced off. When Sun Tian, Jackie Chan Turtle Hermit, and the monster Kira arrived, the two were starting a fierce duel. On the ring, the two kept flashing, and only the sound of collisions was heard one after another. In order to advance to the top 4, the two brothers have really tried their best. Both of them have the strength of a mid-stage grandmaster, and you can imagine how fast they are. I'm afraid that except for Sun Tian and Master Roshi in the audience, only the monster Kira can barely keep up with their moves. Although Yamcha has an age advantage over Krillin, Krillin was from the martial arts holy land of Daisuraji before he became a disciple of Master Roshi, while Yamcha is just a desert bandit. Although he has some talent, how can he compare to Krillin? Leping, I didn't expect you could hold out against me until now. Now I'm going to use my ultimate move. Suddenly Krillin and Leping separated and Krillin said, Krillin, I didn't expect that we were divided into the same group. It seems that only one of us has a chance to win the championship. In that case, come on, Leping said a little breathlessly. After that, Leping assumed an attacking posture, and Krillin also made the starting gesture of the Kamehameha attack. Oh no way, how come Krillin has learned Kamehameha? Jackie Chan Master Roshi in the audience thought to himself. Kamehaha. Wolf Fang Destruction Bomb, ha. Krillin's Kamehameha energy ball collided with Yamcha's self-created Wolf Fang Poraidan. The collision of the two energies produced a strong airflow. At first they were deadlocked, but gradually, with the subsequent energy input, Kamehameha took the advantage and overwhelmed Yamcha's Poraidan. Slowly, Yamcha was exhausted and was swept out of the ring by Krillin's Kamehameha. Krillin slowly retracted his moves, breathing heavily. Leping, are you okay? It's okay, I just feel a little tired. I didn't expect that Krillin has even learned the teacher's unique skills. I deserve to lose this time, Leping said with some regret. He thought that after comprehending the Qi, he would be able to advance his Wolf Fang Wind Fist to the Wolf Fang Destruction Bullet, and then he would be able to get back at Sun Tian. Unexpectedly, he couldn't even pass Krillin's level, and was defeated and missed the top 4. However, the outstanding performance of the two made Master Kame feel somewhat satisfied. He didn't expect that Leping and Krillin would become so strong without knowing it. So far, the semi-finals of the martial arts tournament have finally come to an end. Sun Tian, Shenglong, Master Kame, Krillin and Monster Kira will enter the competition for the championship of the martial arts tournament. 4 of us, tomorrow we will have the final championship competition. The specific rules will be announced tomorrow. The organizers of the martial arts tournament have prepared dinner for you, and you can go to eat by yourself. After finishing their meal, they prepared to go back and rest. By the way, Kellen, have you seen Teacher Wu Tian? It seems that we haven't seen the teacher since we came, Leping said at this time. No, that's right, if you didn't say it, I wouldn't have noticed it. It seems that Teacher Wu Tian disappeared as soon as he came. I don't know if Teacher Wu Tian watched our game, Kellen said. Sun Tian, I didn't expect to be in the same group with Kellen this time. You are lucky. I wanted to fight you again. It seems that only Kellen can help me teach you a lesson. Leping was a little angry when he thought about it. His luck was too bad. Really? That's a pity, Sun Tian said lightly, but he was thinking in his heart, just you, 2 people together are not my opponent and you still want to teach me a lesson. After saying that, Sun Tian left alone. This is what kids without money are like. He couldn't stay with them. When others stayed in a hotel, he would just say that he didn't have money to stay there. Clin, if you meet him you must help me teach him a lesson. After seeing Sun Tian leave, Leping said to Clin. Leave it to me, Krillin said confidently. The next day, he came to the martial arts tournament players' rest area early, only to see that Jackie Chan, Krillin and Monster Kira had already arrived. Hey, the four of you have arrived, come over and draw lots, said a middle-aged man wearing a silent mirror, a suit and yellow hair. By the way, I'm today's referee. Nice to meet you all. Now let me explain the rules to you. First, draw lots to determine the initial duel order. There are 4 beads in the lottery box, with 1 and 2 written on them. The group that draws 1 is a group, and the group that draws 2 is a group. The winners are decided separately, and then the 2 winners compete for the championship. The winner is the champion, and the loser is the runner-up. The first 2 losers compete for the 3rd place. Soon the 4 of them began to draw lots under the guidance of the staff to determine the order of the duel. The first match was between Jackie Chan and Monster Kira, and the second match was between Sun Tian and Clin. Haha, I didn't expect that my opponent of Monster Kira was actually an old man. I'm so lucky. Fortunately, it's not that little bald guy, otherwise it would take some effort. After the duel came out, Monster Kira smiled and said that after watching the duel between Krillin and Yamcha Karma yesterday, Monster Kira had already regarded Krillin as a potential threat. Are you ready, Sun Tian? I didn't expect that we would meet so soon. Haha, Clin laughed. Oh, you are not my target. Just treat it as an appetizer, Sun Tian replied. There is no wrong version in the 1619 book forum. Soon, amid the cheers of the audience, the first game began. The first round of the 4-2 competition begins. Please welcome Jackie Chan and Kira to the stage. As the referee's voice sounded, Jackie Chan and Monster Key stepped onto the ring, an old man and a monster. In the audience, some supported the old man, while others supported the monster. Come on, old man. Tear him apart, come on, Mr. Monster. As the referee shouted, both of them took their positions. Old man, admit defeat or you will suffer the pain in a while. This martial arts tournament is becoming more and more decadent. Even an old man like you can enter the top 4, the Monster Kira shouted. Really? Come on then. Seeing that Master Kame refused to admit defeat, Kira quickly launched an attack. Although the other Monster Kira was big, his speed was not slow. He rushed over in an instant. His fist went straight to Master Kame's face. Although he seemed brave, he was full of loopholes in front of the martial arts legend Master Roshi. Master Roshi leaned back, turned his hands on the ground, and kicked the Monster Kira. Kira immediately felt a strange force coming from Jackie Chan's feet, and his heavy body flew out uncontrollably. Oh no, this old man is very evil, he is very powerful. When the Monster Kira reacted, he couldn't even use his wings to fly, and fell out of the ring. What happened? The aggressive Kira was kicked out of the ring. The referee was shocked and said, Jackie Chan won. Let's give Jackie Chan a warm applause to congratulate him for advancing to the finals. Oh my god, what a powerful old man, Clin said, calculating that he had a chance of winning against Jackie Chan. As the saying goes, laymen watch the excitement, experts watch the doorway. Although the fight just now lasted only a moment, but Clin also saw how powerful Jackie Chan was. Don't sigh, you can't fight against him and I should be the one sighing. You should think about how to compete with that monster for the 3rd place, Sun Tian said speechlessly, wondering where this bald guy got the confidence from. Sun Tian, what are you talking about? Do you think you can beat me? Clin heard it and said angrily. It's our showdown soon. See you on the ring. Sun Tian was too lazy to argue with Clin. After about half an hour, the referee said, the second game of 4-2 will be held. Please welcome contestants Sun Tian and Clin. As the 2 youngest contestants in this tournament, Sun Tian, 14 years old, defended the ring alone with great courage. With his super strength, he defeated all the opponents all the way. All the opponents were no match for him, the referee explained. And Kellen is only 13 years old. It is said that he and Leping are brothers and they both practice under the martial arts legend Wu Tian. From the last game it can be seen that Keqiang's strength is extraordinary. I wonder who can continue to maintain the performance and advance to the finals in the duel between the 2 teenagers. Then please both of you start the game. 2 young men stood on the ring 10 meters apart with flames flying everywhere. Sun Tian, are you ready? Clindao is always ready to play with you. You should give it your all, otherwise this game will be over soon, Sun Tian replied. Although he knew that Sun Tian was very strong, after the training by Master Roshi, Krillin became somewhat blindly confident. At the same time, he also felt that Yamcha overestimated Sun Tian. Watch out, the broken elephant fist. Krillin moved at high speed in an instant, and 2 Krillins appeared on the stage, attacking Sun Tian from the left and the right. Oh my god, it's amazing, there are 2 Krillin. Is this the legendary Kangshang fist? The referee explained, and cheers came from the stage. Krillin, 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 people cheered. The so-called residual image fist uses extremely high speed to create residual images on people, which, combined with the main body, makes it difficult for the enemy to distinguish the real from the fake. Krillin rushed forward and hit Sun Tian directly with a punch. I'm hit. No, there is no sense of force. No, it's also a residual image. I thought I hit it with one move, but it turned out to be just a residual image. It turned out that when Sun Tian just spoke, he had already moved at high speed, but compared to Krillin, Sun Tian Wu Ning was much more advanced, and the afterimage left in the original place could actually make a sound. After missing the attack, Krillin quickly adjusted and was careful and alert. At this time, he knew that he had met a master. No wonder Leping had practiced under the master for a year, and his martial arts had improved by leaps and bounds. When he saw Sun Tian again, he could only attack with words instead of directly attacking. Concentrating and holding his breath, he only heard the sound of footsteps coming from all around. Suddenly Krillin turned around and punched, then his body exploded back nearly 10 meters and his arms felt numb. So strong but I can still catch it, Krillin thought. Not bad, you can take 10% of my strength, Sun Tianxin said. That's right. From the beginning Sun Tian didn't use his full strength. He calculated that 10% of his strength was enough to deal with Krillin now. I just don't know what Krillin would think if he knew that Sun Tian only used 10% of his strength. Sun Tian, I apologize for my rudeness before. I didn't expect you to be so strong. It seems that I have to use my full strength. Krillin stabilized his body and said slowly. I let you use your full strength from the beginning, otherwise you don't have any chance, Sun Tian said. Okay, you have to be careful. I was just testing you just now and used 70% of my strength. Now I will use my full strength to show my respect for you. After saying that, Klin shouted loudly, and his luck was all over his body. Suddenly Klin disappeared out of thin air. His speed was several times faster than before. He barely kept up with Sun Tian's pace. The two sides fought back and forth, constantly appearing on the ring and then disappearing. The audience was speechless. Normally, when watching other people's games you can always see people, but in this game, you can only see people's shadows appear and disappear. Krillin, who was at full strength, could barely fight Sun Tian on equal terms, and occasionally hit Sun Tian once or twice, but it was just a tickle for Sun Tian. Compared to Sun Tian, Krillin was in a tragic situation. Although he didn't suffer any serious injuries, Sun Tian's punches hit him hard. Krillin's body was covered with purple and bruises and his eyes became like panda eyes. After a while the two of them exchanged punches and stood aside. Awesome, I didn't expect that besides Master Wu Tian there is actually someone as powerful as you in this world. Master Wu Tian often said that Leping and I haven't learned martial arts well enough. I didn't believe it at first, but I didn't expect that there are really people who are better than you, and there are always better than you, Krillin said with a panda eye, panting a little. You are also very strong. As far as I know in this martial arts conference, you can only rank 4th at most. Sun Tian knew that if he hadn't been reborn into this body, although Sun Wukong would be much stronger than Krillin, he would never have such overwhelming strength. There is no wrong version in the 1619 book forum. No. 4, that's impossible. I admit that you are very strong, but that old man and that monster are probably about the same as me at most, Krillin said in shock. Almost. You'll know in a moment. Stop talking nonsense and use your special moves. I'll give you one more chance, Sun Tian said. Okay, be careful, Krillin said. Krillin gathered all his energy, which was more than twice as much as when he fought against Leping. It seems that this kid still has a trick up his sleeve in the fight with Leping. Kamehaha. Well done, watch me break your special move with my mortal body. Sun Tian caught the Qigong wave with one hand, and then slowly pushed it towards Krillin. After a while he approached Krillin. With a bang, Krillin was blown off the ring by his own Qigong wave and fainted. Defeated, I never thought. Master Roshi felt bad when he saw Krillin lose. Although Master Roshi took the name Jackie Chan to participate in the competition, he also wanted to let his two disciples know that there are always people who are better than you. But when his disciples were defeated by others, he still felt a little unwilling. It would be fine if he was defeated by a martial arts master of the older generation, but he was defeated by a young man who was almost the same age as Krillin. Could he be Lao He's disciple? No, that's not the right way. Oh, this person is called Sun Tian. Haha, I should have thought of it earlier. The child raised by Son Gohan, I didn't expect him to be so tall. I don't know how he grew. He's so tall that I didn't think of him. It seems that he should have learned all the true teachings of Gohan. Master Roshi figured it out at once and felt better. But I still have to give you a good beating later, you little bastard. You didn't learn your lesson last time and actually stole my somersault cloud and wanted to go to heaven. Master Roshi got so angry when he thought of the scene when he met Sun Tian last time. Congratulations to Sun Tian for advancing to the finals. Please ask the 4 contestants to go to the back to rest. We will hold the 3rd place competition and the championship and runner-up competition in the afternoon. This is what the referee said. The unconscious Krillin has woken up with the help of Master Roshi, but this time Krillin has become much more mature. Now Krillin fully understands how powerful Sun Tian is. Leping, who was watching the fight on the stage, saw Krillin's miserable condition and thought to himself that it was a good thing that it was Krillin who advanced, otherwise it would not be Krillin lying on the ground, but him, Leping. At the same time he was deeply afraid of Sun Tian. It was noon soon. Because of the duel with Sun Tian, Link had almost exhausted all his strength. Although he recovered a lot after a few hours of rest, he was knocked off the ring after just a few rounds against the monster Kira, who also had the combat power of a mid-level grandmaster, and missed the top 4. After a short rest, the finals of the martial arts competition finally arrived. The referee announced loudly, "Now we are about to enter the finals of our competition. Please welcome contestants Sun Tian and Jackie Chan." Sun Tian and Kame walked onto the ring standing 10 meters apart. Both of them felt the other's strength. "Let's start the match," the referee announced. "Boy, you are very strong. What is your relationship with Sun Gohan?" Master Roshi asked. "Sun Gohan? I don't know him," Sun Tian replied. Of course he had to hide his identity, otherwise how could he play? But from what Master Roshi said, it seemed that he had discovered something. "If you don't know him, then just pretend." "I will beat you until you know him. Make your move," Master Roshi said dissatisfiedly. Master Roshi has already determined that this boy is the boy adopted by Sun Gohan. "Okay, then I won't be polite." As soon as Sun Tian finished speaking, he disappeared from the ring. When he reappeared, he was already behind Master Kame. Sun Tian elbowed Master Kame and he flew out. Bang! The wall next to him collapsed. "No, I missed." "Where is it?" Sun Tian missed, but others thought Master Kame had been buried under the collapsed wall. A cheer came. Only Sun Tian knew that Master Kame had left an afterimage before he hit him. It was so fast that even Sun Tian didn't react. He hit back the afterimage with one blow, and the wind pressure caused the wall to collapse. As expected of a legendary figure, he was able to dodge my attack. Suddenly Sun Tian turned around and punched, only to see that Master Kame had circled behind Sun Tian and attacked him. Bang, boom, boom. The two punched each other and retreated 5 meters away. "What a quick reaction, it seems you are old," Master Kame said in surprise. "Great, come again." Sun Tian disappeared again, and at the same time Master Roshi also disappeared. Only the sound of collision could be heard from the stage, and afterimages appeared from time to time on the stage. It was clearly a fight between two people, but it looked like a fight between dozens of people. Only half of them looked like Sun Tian, and the other half looked like Master Roshi. "Awesome, leaving dozens of afterimages at the same time," Krillin and Lepping exclaimed in surprise. They thought Sun Tian would win with absolute advantage, but they didn't expect that an ordinary old man could be on par with him. Up to now, Krillin and Lepping finally understood that what Master Roshi said when he sent them to the martial arts tournament was true. "Klin, Lepping, you are both geniuses, but you have to know that there are many strong people in this world. Although your age and strength are already amazing, they are definitely not the best." At that time, Klin and Lepping did not think so, but the cruel reality told them that there are always people who are better than you and there are always better than you. With a loud bang, Sun Tian suddenly appeared and kept retreating. With every step back, a deep pit appeared on the ring. He retreated more than 10 steps in succession before he stabilized his body. Opposite him, Master Roshi revealed his true form, his hands clenched into fists, trembling slightly. "You are so strong. I never thought I would lose to you in terms of strength," Sun Tian said. "You are not bad either. Let's continue," said Turtle Hermit. "In the competition just now, whether in terms of speed or strength, Master Roshi has the advantage. Although Sun Tian is also very strong, he is still slightly weaker than Master Roshi. In that case, come on, let's have a good fight." The competition of strength and speed was not enough to defeat the other, so the two began to compete in skills, one back and the other back, countering each other's moves. Both of them were from the Kame-senjin style, and they were very familiar with each other's moves. In the end, it became a competition of strength and speed. "You still say you don't know Sun Gohan, but this is clearly Sun Gohan's move," said the Kame-senjin. "Who are you? And why are you so proficient in my Turtle School's moves?" Sun Tian continued to pretend. "If you want to know who I am, defeat me. Okay, in that case take my move Kamehameha Wave." After Sun Tian finished speaking, he sent a Qigong wave directly towards Master Kame. Master Kame destroyed it easily, and then he also sent a Kamehameha Qigong wave back. The two of them were able to do it effortlessly, unlike Krillin, who had to gather his energy after sending out the Qigong wave. "Krillin, have you noticed that both of them know our Kamaryu's unique skills?" Lepping on the stage said. "I can see it, but I don't know which of the two brothers they are disciples of or one of them." Krillin was also surprised and said, "Looking at other people's Kamehameha and then thinking about his own, there is a huge difference." Krillin feels bad. Thinking about his unique skills, others can use them easily. The two people on the stage continue to fight against the enemy with Qigong waves, but the audience on the stage is dumbfounded. Oh my god, this is a lie. There is no wrong version in the 1619 book forum. Hurry up and take pictures. We've made the right decision to come to this martial arts meet. Wonderful. Amazing. The old man is so strong and the young man is so handsome, I want to give birth to a baby for him. Sun Tian and Gui Xianren found that they couldn't decide the winner in a short time with Qigong waves. And they didn't dare to use their full strength. If they were not careful, they would blow up the ring. Then the whole Papaya Island might be sunk. To be honest, up to now, neither of them could fully exert their strength. But there was nothing they could do about it. Boy, there's no end to the fight if we keep going like this. "The field is limiting our performance," said Master Kame. "Then what do you say we should do? Apart from Gohan, you are the first person who can fight me for so long." Sun Tian said, "Look kid, look at this move of mine. It was developed after I broke through the Grandmaster level and entered the mythology. I believe you can block it with your body." Suddenly a huge amount of energy burst out from Master Roshi's hands. After being transformed, the energy turned into lightning. All of Master Roshi's hair stood up and electric currents kept flashing in his hair. Take my move 10,000 nations, shocking palm. Master Roshi succeeded with one move, and Sun Tian didn't have time to dodge. Of course he also wanted to try. Sun Tian's hair stood up after being attacked and he was trapped in the air. Little boy, how does it taste? This is my unique skill. It converts all the energy in your body into hundreds of thousands of electric currents. Let's see how long you can last. Son Gohan only lasted less than 5 minutes under this move. This is Master Roshi proudly said. It hurts. My whole body is numb. I can't breathe, Sun Tian said with difficulty. While enduring the attack, Sun Tian felt the changes in his body. He remembered that in his previous life there was a saying that electric currents stimulated the body to make the body stronger, and there was also the so-called heavenly tribulation to temper the body. Thinking of this, Sun Tian consciously guided the electric current to slowly enter his body, feeling the gradual changes in his body. It works, it really works. This free stimulation made Sun Tian feel hard-won. It tastes good. Old immortal, try harder, I'm still okay. In order to prevent Master Turtle from discovering his intentions, Sun Tian deliberately provoked him. You're so stubborn, kid. After saying that, Master Roshi increased the output, and the current that enveloped Sun Tian suddenly became more than twice as strong. Damn, it can be even stronger. The sudden increase in the current made him speechless with pain, and he tried his best to guide and resist. Just like that, the two of them were in a stalemate. 5 minutes passed, 10 minutes passed, 15 minutes passed. Sun Tian was in pain and happy, and Master Roshi could no longer hold on. Even if he was a martial arts legend, he could not bear it after nearly 20 minutes of full output. Similarly, Sun Tian used his chi to resist and guide his body to temper, and his consumption was even more terrifying than Master Roshi. If it weren't for the Saiyan blood that gave him far more power than ordinary people, he would have been unable to bear it long ago, but now it's almost at its limit. Finally, when Sun Tian was about to admit defeat, Master Roshi could no longer hold on and stopped attacking. Bang! Sun Tian fell to the ground weakly, gasping for breath. Master Roshi was also breathing heavily, but his breathing was better than Sun Tian's. Now that the competition has reached this point, it all depends on who has the stronger will. At this moment, Sun Tian stood up with difficulty and bowed to Master Kame. I admit defeat in this match. What? Contestant Sun Tian gave up. Our final champion is contestant Jackie Chan. Let us give warm applause to both contestants and thank them for giving us such a wonderful performance. The referee announced that a world martial arts tournament came to an end. In the end, Jackie Chan, Master Roshi won the championship. Sun Tian was the runner-up, and Monster Kira was the third place. After the game, Master Roshi secretly found a deserted place, took off his wig with difficulty, and changed into his usual attire. At this time, Krillin and Leping and the others had received their prize money and were waiting at the entrance of the martial arts competition. Krillin, have you seen Mr. Wu Tian? Leping said, no, I haven't seen him since the preliminaries. Maybe he went out to play. At this time, Sun Tian recovered some of his energy and came out. Hey, who are you two waiting for? Seeing Krillin and Leping at the door. Sun Tian, tell me the truth. Who did you practice with? Why do some of your kung fu resemble our turtle school? Krillin asked. Guess, Sun Tian said mysteriously. At this time, the replacement Roshi master also came out. Little devil, not bad, you actually pushed me to this extent. By the way, is Gohan okay? Roshi master did not hide it either. Teacher Wu Tian, you are not Jackie Chan, Krillin and Yamcha stammered. Otherwise, speaking of implementation, I am not very satisfied with your performance. Double the training when you go back, Master Roshi said seriously. You wouldn't realize it until you compare them. Compared with Sun Tian, these two disciples are really not good enough. Yes, Master Wu Tian. The two of them felt a little embarrassed that they didn't even make the top 3. Well, now you know what it means that there are always people who are better than you. Let's not talk about Sun Tian. In comparison, you two are not even as good as the monster Kira. Let me tell you one more thing. Your uncle, his 2 disciples are about the same age as you, but their strength has reached the late stage of the Grandmaster 4 years ago. They will also participate in the next martial arts tournament, and killing them will be your goal, Master Roshi said again. Yes, Master, please train us twice as much in the next 3 years, the two replied. There is no wrong version in the 1619 book forum. After they finished talking, Sun Tian Qiangxia replied, Brother Wuhan has been away for 4 years and has not come back yet. By the way, I didn't have time to greet you, Master Wu Tian, the last time we met, and I didn't have time to thank you for your gift. Oh, so that's it? Gohan should be about to break through to the Grandmaster level. Remember to say hello to him when you see him. I originally wanted Sun Tian to go back with me so that I could train you properly, but looking at your performance today, I don't have much to teach you. At this time, Master Roshi said. Master Wu Tian, is Sun Tian also your disciple? Krillin and Leping finally understood what was going on. No wonder Sun Tian was so abnormal. Humph, Sun Tian was taught by your senior brother Gohan. This is my second time seeing him. I didn't know he was the Sun Tian the last time I met him. You two should practice well in the future. Even I am surprised by Sun Tian's strength. After chatting for a while, they prepared to go eat. However, this also made Kellen Leping admire Sun Tian again. He was such a big eater. He ate the amount of food that 100 people could eat by himself. To the demon world, half a year had passed since the #1 martial arts tournament in the world, and Sun Tian had not returned to BallZ Mountain. It had been more than 10 years since he came to this world. Apart from the last time he and Bulma went to look for the Dragon Ball, Sun Tian had not yet had a good time in this world. One day Sun Tian was carrying a huge rock weighing tens of thousands of pounds and moving slowly on the mountain, when an old woman came towards him. "Young man, what are you doing?" the old woman said. "I'm practicing." "What's wrong, old lady?" Sun Tian asked curiously. "Don't go any further, there's danger ahead." He pointed to a castle not far away. "See? There is a lord living in that castle, but not long ago the lord's daughter was captured by a monster." "Oh, thank you for the reminder, old lady." After saying goodbye to the old woman, Sun Tian was not scared and walked slowly towards the castle. With every step he took, a deep footprint was left under his feet. Soon Sun Tian arrived at a town near the castle. "Hey, that's strange. Why are all the doors and windows in the town closed in the broad daylight?" Sun Tian thought to himself. "Hello, is anyone there?" Sun Tian asked. At this time the people in the house were observing. It turned out that because Sun Tian was carrying a huge stone outside the town, it made a muffled sound when he walked. The people in the town thought that it was another monster attacking, and they were so scared that everyone in the town closed their doors and windows. "It's a young man, not a monster. He should be very strong. See the huge rock next to him? It must weigh at least 50,000 kilograms. Inform the Lord. Maybe this young man can help the kind Lord. Recently the Lord has been in trouble because of the princess. It's really heartbreaking to see him. Yes, you are such a good Lord. Since the princess was captured by the monster, she has lost weight. I don't know how the princess is doing." An old man in the town, probably the mayor or something, came out and said, "Young man, you are a martial artist, right?" "I am the mayor of this town." "Yes, hello old man, what happened?" "Young warrior, we were originally at peace here, but a while ago a group of monsters broke into the gate of the demon world, captured the Lord's daughter, and often came to rob our treasures at night," the mayor said slowly. After listening to the mayor's statement, Sun Tian roughly understood the situation. As for the demon world, there was indeed such an incident in his memory of his previous life, but it was left unresolved. If he hadn't happened to come here, Sun Tian probably wouldn't have been able to remember it. At this time the person who went to convey the message to the Lord also came back. Sun Tian, under the guidance of several people, came to the castle and met the Lord. "Little brother, where are you practicing?" "Thank you very much for coming to help me," the Lord asked. "My lord, I grew up in the mountains and studied under Master Wu Tian," Sun Tian said. This should be correct, although it was always Sun Wu who taught him. "Master Wu Tian, is he the legendary god of martial arts?" "Master Wu Tian. If there is no other god of martial arts, it should be him. So he is the disciple of the god of martial arts. Now Misa is saved." Upon hearing that Sun Tian was the disciple of the god of martial arts, the Lord said excitedly, "It turns out that the Lord's daughter is called Misa. Her family has lived here for generations, guarding the gate to the demon world. However, they did not expect that the gate to the demon world they had been guarding would suddenly open, and their only daughter was also captured. Later they called some martial artists to help, but most of them never came back. Originally they had given up hope, but when they heard that it was the disciple of the god of martial arts, the Lord saw hope again. The gate to the demon world? Monsters, interesting. Take me to see it later, Sun Tian replied after listening. After finishing the meal under the leadership of the Lord, Sun Tian and his party were brought to the gate to the demon world. The gate to the demon world is about 100 meters high and nearly 20 meters wide. It is surrounded by some strange carvings and runes. On both sides of the gate stand 8 statues of different demon images. This is the door to the demon world. It is usually closed, but not long ago, Asura, the king of the demon world, suddenly opened the door, and then used his sword to support the door, keeping it wide open, the Lord explained. To close the door, it is said that you have to go deep into the demon world and defeat Asura, otherwise no one can pull out the sword and close the door. After a pause, the Lord continued helplessly. Is this the legendary door to the demon world? That must be Asura's sealed sword. Let me try. Sun Tian saw the sword with the hilt and a small part of the sword exposed and said. Sun Tian walked to the sword, held it with both hands and pulled it hard, but it didn't move. Then he gradually increased the strength, and the surroundings vibrated, but the sword was still not pulled out, until he used nearly 60% of the strength. Awesome! I didn't expect that even with 60% of my strength I still couldn't pull out this sword. It seems that the Asuras in the demon realm are very powerful. Let's look at my group in the demon realm. It's just right for me to hone my martial arts, Sun Tianxin said. Then he said to the Lord, I can't pull out this sword for now. Let me go into the demon world and see if I can defeat Asura. Everyone go back first. After saying that, he didn't care whether the Lord agreed or not, and passed through the half-open door. Wait, Sun Tian, it's dangerous. But it was too late, and Sun Tian had disappeared into the door. Stop, human. This is not the place for you. Go back. The two people who suddenly appeared scared Sun Tian. There was a burly man holding a long sword. with 2 curved horns on his head and a long tail on his butt. The tail was different from Sun Tian's and looked a bit like a cow's tail in the human world. The other one was a woman with a sword on her waist and pointed ears, but she was obviously of nobler status. The man spoke. Is this the demon realm? My name is Sun Tian, and I'm here to find a woman. By the way, her name is Misa. Do you know where she is? Although Sun Tian was surprised to meet someone from the demon realm not long after he came in, he still answered. There is no wrong version in the 1619 book forum. Since you know this is the demon world, go back quickly. Otherwise I will beat you back. It seems that fists are the way to go everywhere. In that case, let's make a move. Looking for death. As he said that, the man from the demon world flashed and punched Sun Tian in the face. Sun Tian moved and easily dodged. The two fought for dozens of rounds in an instant, and they were evenly matched. Stop it, brother, said the beautiful demon girl who had been standing by. Amazing. No wonder you are so confident. Your name is Sun Tian, right? You can actually fight against the strongest man in our demon world. Come with me. Who are you? Forget it. My name is Mela, young man. You are qualified to know our names. Great. You should be stronger than this big guy. You came to the right place. I didn't expect to meet such a master when I came to the demon world. The big guy is speechless and Mira is speechless. Sun Tian, you are also very strong. In the demon world, except for Asura, no one dares to say that he will definitely beat you, Mela said. Is Asura very strong? What level is he in? Has he reached the mythical level? Sun Tian said. Mythical level? What is that? Oh, forget it. I forgot that maybe you in the demon world have a different way of saying it. It's just a classification of strength, Sun Tian said. Like me, I just reached the god level a while ago. Oh, what's the definition? How is it divided? Sun Tian briefly explained the division method of the outside world. Oh, I see, but our demon world is divided differently. The demon world is divided into soldiers, generals, commanders, kings, and emperors from low to high, and each level is divided into 4 stages: primary, middle, and peak. The god level strength you mentioned should correspond to our commander level. Demon commander in the early stage, no wonder, is also considered the top level of strength in the demon world. Oh, so that's how it is. It seems I still have a long way to go, Sun Tianyi compared. Following the two all the way, Lu Chang had a preliminary understanding of the demon world through chatting. Soon the 3 of them arrived at the Asura Palace. At this time, the Asura Palace seemed to be holding a banquet, and it looked very lively. Master Gora, Master Mera, who is this? Hey, a human! A servant saw the 3 people coming and greeted them, but suddenly found that Sun Tian was a human, and he didn't look like he was captured, so he shouted in surprise. Yes, a human from the outside world. I came to see Asura for something, Mela said. Ah, please come in. Lord Asura is holding a banquet. It is said that he is going to marry a princess, the servant said. After a while, under the guidance of the servant, several people came to a hall. They saw many monsters surrounding a large ring. Monsters were fighting on the ring from time to time. Right above the hall, a man and a woman were watching the fight. The man looked handsome, with a mark on his forehead, and it was unknown whether it was born or carved. The woman was about 17 or 18 years old, very beautiful, but a little reserved. A monster who looked like a referee said, Shapit has won 9 games in a row. Is there any challenger? Let me meet you. At this time, a monster with a pair of wings and a bull's head and a human body jumped onto the stage. Oh my god, it's the Bull Demon General. I didn't expect him to come to Ashura's wedding. Shapit is in danger now. I can't believe this guy, who should be about to be promoted to Demon Commander, would still participate in such a boring competition. Could it be that he wants to take this opportunity to ask Lord Ashura for advice? Sure enough, after a while Shapit was knocked off the ring. Awesome. You are worthy of being Lord Bull Demon General. Is there anyone else who can challenge you? If not, the final winner will be Lord Bull Demon General, said the monster referee. Bozy, why don't you give it a try? As a fellow Demon General, you should be able to do it. Forget it, that kid seems to have reached the peak of Demon General. At this moment, Sun Tian suddenly jumped onto the stage. Human? Ah, how can there be a human? Is he looking for death? You should know that Lord Bull Demon General is a master at the top of the Demon General ranks. Among the demons, I'm afraid that apart from Lord Ashura, Lord Gora, and Lord Mira, there are few who can defeat him. How come a human got in here? It seems that they were brought by Lord Gora and Lord Mira. Are these two still angry about Lord Ashura opening the door to the demon world? It's possible. I heard that those 2 adults are also from the big families above. On the stage, the Bull Demon General saw a human jumping onto the stage. Human boy, do you want to challenge me? No, I don't want to challenge you, but him. Suddenly Sun Tian pointed at Asura, who was standing right above the hall. Haha, you actually want to challenge Lord Asura, you have to get past me first. After saying that, the Bull Demon General launched an attack directly at Sun Tian. So fast, worthy of being the Bull Demon General, it seems that he didn't use his full strength just now. The two fought instantly, but in less than 20 rounds, Sun Tian exposed a flaw and knocked him out of the ring with one move. Shh, the audience was silent. This human is so powerful. Suddenly a monster said, it's no wonder that he was brought by Lady Mira, he is amazing. There is no wrong version in the 1619 book forum. On the stage, the referee announced, "This human boy wins. Is there anyone else who wants to challenge?" When the demons saw that they were taken down by a human, they were naturally unhappy. However, several demon general level masters came up to the stage, but were knocked out of the stage by Sun Tian in a few rounds, and no one came up. "Asura, I was asked to find Princess Misa. Please help me." At this time, Sun Tian said that when Mira was off the stage, she had told Sun Tian that the woman on the stage was Princess Misa. "Human, tell me your name." Asura looked down at him and said, "Sun Tian, Asura, what have you thought about? Although you are very strong, you may not be my opponent." In order to fight, Sun Tian has begun to provoke. "Oh really, you are very strong and can easily defeat several of my generals. In this case, I will condescend to compete with you. If you beat me, you can take Misa away. If you lose, you can still take Misa away, but you must fight for me for 10 years. Do you dare to bet?" Asura saw that Sun Tian was very strong and wanted to recruit him for his own use. You know, the demon world is not as peaceful as the human world, and fighting is common. Although Sun Tian was brought here by Gola and Mira as a superior, these are nothing. "Oh deal, but 10 years is too long, 5 years at most, and I must return to the human world after 5 years. Sun Tian also wanted to practice in the demon world for a while. "Okay, come on, let me see how strong the strong people from the human world are." As soon as he finished speaking, Asura disappeared from the throne and appeared on the stage. So fast. "Come on, young man from the human race, don't let me down." Asura was seen sitting cross-legged, half floating in the air, looking at Sun Tian. "Okay, I'm ready." After saying that, Sun Tian disappeared from the spot. When he reappeared, he was less than 1 meter away from Asura. He punched out with the same punch. Asura shouted and raised his right hand, just in time to block Sun Tian's attack. The two separated with one blow. When they reappeared, they were already in another corner of the ring. The afterimages of the two kept appearing in the air. After dozens of rounds, there was still no winner. "As expected of you, you are Asura. It seems that I can't beat you without using all my strength," Sun Tian thought to himself, and intensified his offensive. For a moment, he could only see Asura retreating and trying his best to defend. "So strong, you are indeed a talent that I have my eyes on. You have such skills at such a young age. I will definitely take you." Asura also did not use his full strength at the beginning. Seeing that Sun Tian's offensive was getting more and more fierce, he finally showed his strength. After blocking Sun Tian's attack, Asura swept his leg and knocked him back more than 10 meters. Then he quickly counterattacked, and the two of them fought back and forth for hundreds of rounds. "Great, I didn't expect that the fight with me before was just a warm-up," said the big guy. "How about it, isn't Sun Tian pretty good? When we were at the gate to the demon world, I felt a strong power hidden in him." The battle continued on the Mela stage, and suddenly Asura stopped and said, "Amazing, his physical strength is so strong, I wonder if you can break this move." Asura shockwave. Asura suddenly gathered his energy into his hands and shouted, "Shockwave, watch me destroy you." Turtle-style Qigong wave. Sun Tian also used his unique skills. A flash of white light appeared, and the demons below the general level closed their eyes involuntarily. It's not that there is no daytime in the demon world, but most of the demon world is in darkness. It's just that they are not used to it for a while. The two Qigong waves collided with each other, and with a loud bang, both of them stopped at the same time. "Let's just draw. This arena limits our performance. There's no point in fighting any further," Asura said. "Okay, does what you just said still count?" Sun Tian asked. "Of course, I, Asura, always keep my word and never go against my will. Princess Misa, you can take her away," Asura said. "By the way, I will remove the sealing sword outside in a moment." The demon world and the human world cannot always be connected, otherwise the ordinary people outside will not be your opponents. "Whatever you want." "Brother, sister, you two are happy now. Help me send Sun Tian out, then come back and continue the banquet." Under the leadership of the big guy, Sun Tian quickly sent Princess Misa out of the demon realm. After talking to the Lord, he pulled out the sword of Asura. The door to the demon realm slowly closed, and Sun Tian stepped in and returned to the demon realm. The two quickly returned to the banquet. It was supposed to be a wedding banquet, but it turned into a welcoming party for Sun Tian. At the banquet, Sun Tian once again conquered the demons, not with his fighting power, but with his appetite. After fighting with several demon generals and the duel with Asura, Sun Tian turned into a big eater, making Asura wonder if this guy Ning was deliberately eating him out of money. As his strength increases, Sun Tian's personality is also gradually changing. If he used to be a coward, now he dares to challenge dragons. The Sun Tian of the previous life has been slowly replaced by the Sun Tian of this life. Although his soul is still the same, his personality has been tempered for more than 10 years. He is no longer the 21st century standard young man who stayed at home every day and relied on takeout for meals in his previous life. With the arrival of Sun Tian, Asura is quite happy. A master with almost the same strength as himself has joined, and Wu Ning has greatly increased Asura's power. You know, before this, including the two brothers Jelamela, Their camp only had 3 demon martial level masters, which was much weaker than the other forces. There were 4 major camps in the demon realm, and the Asura camp had only 3 demon martial level masters before. If it weren't for Asura, a perverted demon martial in the late stage, I'm afraid it would have been swallowed up by other forces long ago. There are 4 major forces. The first is the Temple of Heavenly God built by Kalak II. It is said that Kalak II's father once fought for the throne of God in the human world, but was defeated and sealed. His son inherited his father's will and has 4 great masters of the demon martial level, who are also in the late stage of demon martial cultivation. The second is the Demon God Temple, a group of forces from the human world. However, it is said that the demon god it worships was sealed by warriors in the human world and acts low-key. But there are 4 masters of the middle stage of demon martial, but they are proficient in joint attacks and are enemies of the Temple of Heavenly God. The 4 of them can suppress Kalak together. The third is the Beast God Palace, which is said to be composed of all demon beasts in the demon world, with a dark dragon as the leader, in the late stage of demon martial. With 3 demon beasts of the demon martial level, but as long as they are not provoked, they generally will not intervene in the disputes of other forces. The fourth is the Shura Palace of Asura, a local force in the demon world, and a real local force in the demon world like the Beast God Palace. However, the demon world has never seen a king-level master. It is said that most demon kings go to practice in the upper world. Once they leave, it is difficult for them to return to the demon world on Earth. There may be peak-level masters, but most of them hide and practice alone, waiting to break through to the king level and enter the upper world. The demon world is connected to the human world by the demon gate, but generally demons rarely come to the human world. On the one hand, the low-level demons in the human world are not used to the sunlight. On the other hand, the human world also has mythical masters like Turtle Hermit and Crane Hermit. In addition, the heavenly world often restricts the demon world. You must know that the gods in the heavenly world are stronger than Turtle Hermit and Crane Hermit, and they are definitely king level. Only with the joining of Sun Tian, Asura will have the possibility to truly unify the demon world and drive out Kalak II and the power of the demon temple. At the same time, the news that a human boy has joined Shura Palace spreads like wildfire. Sir, I have important information. Kalik's subordinate Jia Ji was in the Tianshan Palace. He ran on one knee to a child-sized person and said, "Tell me, what is it that you Jia Ji value so much?" The child replied. "Yes, this child is Kalak II, the child that Kalak left in the human world. After Kalak was killed by Piccolo, he escaped into the demon world. It's like this, sir. The spies I planted in the Shura Palace reported that the Lord of Shura Palace, Asura, actually recruited a powerful human." Jiage said, "It's just a human, there's no need to make a fuss, but Asura, who is also one of the 4 major forces, is getting older and older," Kalak II said. "Sir, if it was an ordinary warrior I would never dare to disturb you, but it is said that this human warrior broke into Ashura's wedding and fought with him for nearly 1,000 rounds without losing," Jiage said. "The wedding was about the princess that Ashura robbed from the human world a few days ago." "He is getting worse and worse," said Kalak II. "Yes, sir, but now the princess has been sent back to the human world. In my opinion, Ashura has another purpose in doing this." He paused. "It's such a coincidence that Sun Tian showed up at the wedding. It's been so long since they caught him, why not hold the wedding sooner or later? I think Ashura might want to unify the demon world. After all, before we came in, Ashura was the lord of the demon world." Jiage continued, "Oh, that makes sense, Jiage. Let the other 3 come to my palace to discuss countermeasures." Soon, Jiag and the other 3 walked into the hall. "My lord, everyone is here," Jiag said. "Liki Shansu Jiasu, I believe you have already known that Asura has recruited a powerful human." When Kalak II saw the 4 people, he said, "My lord, we already know that Asura wants to break the balance. I am willing to personally ask for the order to bring the human's head to the king," Jiasu replied. Gasu is the leader of the 4 evils of Kalak II. He is much stronger than the other 3 and has reached the middle stage of the demon general. I know your strength. That human warrior can fight Asura for nearly 1,000 rounds. Although Asura let him go, he is still quite capable. For safety reasons, Liki, you go with Gasu. Don't provoke Asura, you can't deal with him, Kalak ordered. After that he closed his eyes. The 4 of them left the hall, and Liki and Jiasu quickly disappeared in front of the other 2. "Jage, what do you think about this?" Seeing the 2 leave, Shansu, "Asura is looking for death. The Lord should be about to break through. When the king breaks through to the peak of the demon martial, I am afraid he will be ready to unify the demon realm." Jiage said, "We have to step up our practice, otherwise when the king leaves the demon realm to seek revenge on the gods we can't help at all." Shansu said that Sun Tian has been in the demon realm for nearly a month. After understanding the situation in the demon realm, he also understood that Asura went to the human world to rob money and princesses, but in fact, he came to attract masters from the human world to help him unify the demon realm. Jila and Mela are probably at the entrance of the demon realm gate to test the strength of the visitors. If the strength is not enough, they will be driven out. If they can pass the test of the 2, they will be brought to the wedding banquet. Who said that people in the demon world have no brains and only know how to speak with their muscles? Sun Tian thought to himself. But it doesn't matter. He doesn't know what this Asura kid is doing. Except, for sparring with GLA every day, Sun Tian spends the rest of his time practicing. Someone delivers food every day, and if he needs natural treasures, he goes directly to Asura's treasury to get them. In just 1 month, Sun Tian used Asura's treasury to refine his internal organs. The first chapter of Ancient Ape Demon Art has entered the final blood refining chapter. When the body is tempered, it will be considered a real entry. Sun Tian practiced as usual, and suddenly felt a sense of danger. "Who is it? Come out!" Sun Tian shouted. Boom boom boom. The room where Sun Tian practiced cultivation collapsed. "Human, you are quite alert, but it's useless." At this time a voice came. Suddenly 2 figures rushed over and fought with Sun Tian. Boom! Sun Tian was hit by the 2 people and was directly smashed to a place not far away, raising a puff of dust. "Jiasu, that kid should be dead. The 2 of us use special moves. Even if Asura was not on guard, he would be seriously injured." Li Qi said, "Wait a moment, I always feel that it won't be that simple. He can fight back when we work together. This human is very strong." Jiasu said that Sun Tian was injured, although not as serious as imagined. If Sun Tian hadn't suddenly become alert and avoided the fatal blow in time, the first time he experienced a threat to his life since his rebirth, Sun Tian realized that he was no longer in the legal society of his previous life, and his mentality was changing unconsciously. With a slight upward turn of his mouth, Sun Tian knew that the next game would no longer be the previous game but a real life and death duel. How the stones pressing on Sun Tian flew in all directions. "Who are you? Why did you attack me?" "Human, I didn't expect you to have such strong vitality. You can actually survive against 2 of us." Li Qi said, "Lord Kalik of the Temple of Heaven, Jiasu, this is Li Qi, human. You are very powerful and you are worthy of knowing our names." Jiasu said, "Since that's the case, are you ready?" As soon as he finished speaking, Sun Tian suddenly dodged and appeared in front of the 2 men, punching them. Qi felt like a mountain was coming towards him, and was directly knocked hundreds of meters away. Jiasu reacted quickly and jumped out of the attack circle in time. Since it was a battle, Sun Tian didn't want to waste any more words, and once he attacked, he used all his strength. "Li Qi, what happened?" Jiasu asked in surprise. "You should worry about yourself." A figure flashed and Sun Tian launched a fierce attack on Jiasu. Jiasu, who had reacted, did not expect Sun Tian to be so desperate. The 2 fought dozens of rounds in an instant. After all, Jiasu was in the middle stage of the Demon Martial, 1 level higher than Sun Tian. Sun Tian had just entered the mythical level, the early stage of the Demon Martial, and it was surprisingly difficult for him to defeat Li Qi in 1 move. Although he was very powerful, he could only be evenly matched with Jiasu for a while. At this time Gola, who heard the noise, finally arrived at the scene. Seeing Sun Tian and Jiasu fighting, he also joined the battlefield. With Gola's joining, Jiasu was instantly suppressed. Tian himself is a genius who has surpassed his level. You should know that he fought with Master Roshi before he entered the mythical level. Now that he has entered the mythical level, his strength has naturally increased. If Jiasu had not had time to adapt to this combat power, I am afraid that Jiasu would be even more unbearable. "Jiasu, does your heavenly palace want to provoke a war?" Snort. Seeing that he could not retreat, Jiasu fought and retreated. At this time, Li Qi rushed out with a serious injury. The 2 looked at each other and felt that they were in a hopeless situation. They quickly used forbidden techniques to escape. However, without the natural treasures, Li Qi might lose his fighting power in a short time.